Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. This is my post-market wrap-up on this Wednesday, March 10th, 2021. Now, could you imagine that the debt auction today went very well? I wonder who's buying all the debt. Who's buying all the debt? I can't think of a single entity that wants to own all this debt, that just creates it and then buys it at the same time. Who would that be? I don't know. Maybe you do. So yeah, this much anticipated debt auction today, not only did it go off without like the slightest problem, but did you see the 10-year yield? It came down nicely. Well, why would that happen? Because some big, fat, ugly entity out here is buying all the debt. Yeah, they're creating it and then they're buying it at the same time. Lovely. Isn't this beautiful? Really is. Oh, and what did that do? Wouldn't you know it? Another all-time record high for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Imagine my shock. Hold on a minute. Wait, no, it's no good. I can't get it right. I don't know. I can't get my shock face right today. I'm not feeling it. I can't tell you why. But yeah, so a new record high for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, a beautiful debt auction. Imagine my surprise on that one too. Oh yeah, just beautiful. So the dollar did turn around and get weaker. Gold and silver put on a gain. Cryptocurrencies mixed. You got Bitcoin silver 56,000 again. I still firmly believe cryptos are going much higher unless there's some kind of regulation, which I don't foresee anytime soon. And I'll give you, let's see, two guesses, as to what sectors of the market did really good today because crude oil got propped up higher. Would that possibly be, let's see, let me think for a moment. Maybe I should write this down. Maybe it was this one, and maybe it was this one. How about, I'm just going to write this down. You're going to love this. How about energy and the financial sector? Energy, or I just wrote banks. Oh, they did really good today. Of course they did. Well, what else would you expect when they're propping up crude oil? Nothing. I mean, look, people, you get it, don't you? This is a game. It is such a sick, twisted game, but the beauty of it is, for you and me, we know exactly where to look. We know what's going to happen before it does, because we know the end game. We know the plan here. I'll be honest with you, when I did the video this morning, I had no worries whatsoever that this market wasn't going to move higher because the debt market sale today was going to go well. And the proof of that is I posted new positions today in my newsletter, my free newsletter. There is a link in the description of this video, all on the long side of this market. I have a new format now, how I am posting my trades. And if you are a member of my newsletter, you know exactly why I am doing this, because some people out here just really don't like me very much, and that's okay. So somebody or some people out here decided that they wanted to try to cause a little trouble for me. It didn't work. Didn't work, whoever you were out here. So just so you know, I dealt with it. Everything is fine. I'm not stopping what I am doing. I just got to change it around a little bit. All right? So you can do all you want out here, people who don't like me very much. I don't understand it. I really don't. And I don't care. I really don't. I honestly try my hardest to do what I can for all of you, to explain the situation to you so we can all win. But of course, there's, you know, a certain part of the population that doesn't want anybody to win. You know, the antisocial personalities out here. They feel like the world is against them. They live in fear. You know, there are really just two types of people in this world. Those that want to build things up, and those that want to just break it down. And thankfully, most of us, that you follow here want to build things up. But of course, there are those, again, that just really want to hurt everybody because they're just afraid. They're little freaks hiding in their little corners, and they have nothing better to do except try to cause trouble for people. But that's okay. No trouble for me whatsoever, and I will still keep all of my lions on the winning side of this market. Like you, as a matter of fact, you have no idea. This like recharged me. These people who tried to cause issues for me with regard to my newsletter and posting trades, all they succeeded in doing is, let's see, causing no trouble for me whatsoever. That's number one. Number two, reinforced my resolve to make sure that we all rip the face off of this market. All right. So they achieved nothing, and I'm laughing. It's really the truth. Anyway, so with that said, if you are not a subscriber to my newsletter, I would strongly suggest you do it now, because I am more determined than ever to have us win. Anyway, like I said, there is a link in the description of this lovely video. So people, let's back up a minute here. So a new record high for the stock market. Debt auction went well. 10-year yield came down 1.51. Dollar weaker. Crude oil higher. This is a bullish scenario for the market. Obviously, record high for the Dow. Okay, what does this mean moving forward? How about, I'm going to go out on a limb here, because it seems, again, that there are people who continue to badger other people that there's going to be a crash in April. And I can pretty much guarantee you that there will not be a crash in April, and Bitcoin will not be going to zero either. I think we all know who I'm talking about here. I think some people need to up their medication a little bit. I think I don't know. I don't personally believe that people should be medicated. But in this case, I don't know. Maybe we'll make an exception. This market is going higher. The market is not just going higher. The market is going much higher. We got debt being created like you cannot believe. We have Congress. Let's just throw around a couple of $1 trillion, and this is just the next installment. There'll be another one too, like I explained to you when the first installment came out. More and more. This is look, people, what are we witnessing? The creation of a slave-bound society on an epic scale. And the worst part of it, I did an interview today. The worst part of this whole thing, and we were talking about this in the interview I did today. I think it'll be out later. It was a radio show. Maybe it was live. I don't even know. But anyway, we were talking about the creation of this slave society and how there's a lot of people here who want it. People want to be taken care of from cradle to grave. Call it whatever you want. Socialism, I think this is more like fascism. We already have this merger between this twisted government and these corporations. It's an incredible thing to watch, but that's exactly what we have here. Just while we're on the topic of that, do you realize that, let's say, any Wall Street superbank can get away with anything they want to? Any crime at all they can get away with. All they have to do is maybe pay a fine. And the fine that they pay is just the cost of doing business. They'll do something for like $100 billion, and then they get fined like, I don't know, maybe $1 billion. And all this does is give them incentive to keep on doing this. It's not going to stop. This is, again, the real government, the banks, they run the show. You know that. Look, this is not America. This is not our country. This world is being taken over by a very hideous, dark, ugly entity, and that is the world central banks. They run it all. The real members of Congress sit in the halls, or lurk in the halls of the Federal Reserve. You want to raid, for you patriots out here, you think you got the right building last time, or whoever you were that raided the Capitol, you raided the wrong building. That's a fact. But again, that's neither here nor there. That's kind of in the past now, isn't it? But anyway, that's the story here, people. You can expect more of this to continue. You can expect more debt market rigging like you can believe. We haven't seen anything yet with regard to debt issuance. The Fed's balance sheet going straight up. Other world central banks' balance sheets ballooning. Debts and deficits exploding. You got a loser that Congress and the brain-dead president out here. Their only solution is to inflate the debt, allow the Fed to become even stronger, just like President Trump, just like President Obama. It doesn't stop the unholy freak show trinity, Obama, Trump, and now this thing we have now. And that's just the way it is. You know, they're going to pull you back and forth from this way to that way and keep you off balance and make you hate these people. And those people hate you back. It's so stupid. And the Federal Reserve, I mean, they must be laughing. They got to be laughing at how their plan has worked so perfectly. It's an incredible thing to see. Like I said, absolutely incredible. But anyway, that's the story. That's where we are. That's the market today. It's always evolving into some other hideous thing. And again, as long as the easy money pours in here, it's not going to stop. The disconnection from reality with regard to the market, for which there is no price discovery mechanism behind it whatsoever. It's just debt. It's just debt and more freaking debt on top of debt. Get used to it, because that's where we are at, and there are people that want it. There are people that want this. They want to be taken care of from cradle to grave. They want to be a slave. They're zombies. You understand? They see you and me. We're not zombies. And we understand what's actually happening, and I think that gives us an edge here. But the fact of the matter is, and I've been explaining this to you for a very long time, we are in the middle of the creation of a new feudal system. I've explained this, I don't know, for more than a decade. Longer than a decade. It's in our face right now. Extreme haves, extreme have-nots, middle class being systematically exterminated, wiped out. So you can maybe still choose where you want to be. You want to go down to the lower rung, which is where most people are going to go, and some are going right up, unfortunately. And that's the design here. The system is designed to do that. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of how this is getting set up here, people. And it's very simple to do. It really, really is. At least for those of you that follow this blog, because I really try to cover this from every angle. You want to be a trader? I got you covered. You want to be a stacker? I got you covered. You want to hold cryptocurrencies? I got you covered there too. Everything. I got it all covered. And more than that, I think I'm opening some eyeballs. You're becoming aware. And that's the most important thing. I don't know how many of you saw me on the last 2 times I was on the Alex Jones show. I was like, Alex, we got to raise awareness, raise awareness, raise awareness. That's what it's all about. And I'm counting on you to do that. We must get out here and start talking about these things, blogging about these things, sharing a video like this. Let people hear this stuff. Maybe we'll make a difference. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But you know what? We got to try. All right, with that says, people, I'm out of here. Love you a lot. I mean that. I'll see you in the morning.